Hi guys, I miss all of you a ton. Trey asked me to make this video to tell you about my AYC trip to Kenya in 2013. AYC is a really unique experience because you get 10 days to kind of shadow missionaries, follow them and kind of see what they do, and put on like a crusade or some type of event. So it's a really unique experience because you get like just a really good taste of what it's like. I think the most important things that I could tell you about the trip, or about going on a trip, is that preparation is important. A lot of preparation goes into it on the missionary side, like they prepare tracts or crusades, getting things together so that when you get there you can kind of have a good experience. But also on our side, those who go, it's important that we prepare ourselves like in prayer, physically, like if you're not in shape, when you get there it'll be a mess because we do a lot of walking, like knocking doors, that type thing. And just like anything else, like if you're here, if we put something on and you don't pray and prepare for it, then it won't be very fruitful. For example, if you haven't prayed in 3 weeks and then you go on the trip, like you're probably going to have not a great time. So it's kind of a thing where you get out what you put into it. So you can expect to have an awesome trip or do anything that's awesome for God if you haven't prepared yourself really through prayer, I think is the main thing. 2 lessons that I learned that are super important is that it takes me to win lost souls. Like, if you think of mission work or even evangelism as a, like, yeah, the church does this, it's probably not ever going to become personal enough for you to make a difference. Going there, you go with a team, and so there is this sense of, like, we're going to do this together, and it should be that way. But I'll tell you this story. Whenever we went to a school, they split us up throughout the city of Nairobi, and they sent us to different schools, and my team went, and Brother Jolly, our group leader, preached an incredible message, and he called an altar call, and we prayed. A lot of people received the Holy Ghost like immediately. It was incredible. It was awesome. And at the end of all of that, there was a girl standing at the altar. She was just standing like this, just standing there with her hands lifted. And I was like, I don't know if I should go pray for her, like maybe so. So I just walked up to her, and like as I laid my hand on her, I just felt to say, Lord, I pray that she would know how much you love her and know that you're real, that there is a God. And I just pray you bless her life, and when I said that she would know that you're real, it's like she just crumpled and just really began to cry and to pray. And so then I stopped her and we talked and like prayed, and it was an incredible thing. And so afterwards she told me, she said, Heather, I was standing at the front and I was saying, God, like we were done praying, the altar service was like almost over. She said, I was saying, God, if you're really real, can you just let me know? Can you just let me know that you're actually real? I'm reaching out to you right now. And so in that moment, had I just been like, yeah, well, anybody can do it, we're all here. But because it was kind of like, I saw that, so that's my responsibility. I think soul winning for reasons like that is an individual thing, because there are people that maybe somebody you would have noticed that I never would have noticed, or something that God would have pointed out to you, words that he would have given you that he wouldn't have given me. So it's an individual thing. Even though you go with a group, it really does matter that you pray and that you prepare yourself. And then secondly, exposure breeds burden. Being there, I think probably more than anything else, what impacted me is just seeing that there is a need, seeing that it's not okay for me to live an ordinary life, because there are literally millions of people who want to know what we have, want to know what to feel what we feel and experience in the presence of God. And I think once you expose yourself to more, it motivates you in a direction outside of an ordinary life. So even Trey asked me to talk about kind of how it relates to evangelism and living missionally at home. I think that exposure, even at Perk or in Wiggins, exposing yourself to something that's outside of your norm, outside of your group of friends, and seeing, okay, like there are people who are hungry. There are people who do want what we have. Practice that you could have for preparing for the mission field, I think, is just loving people, because no matter if you speak a different language or have a completely different culture, I think we all understand love and the love of God in the same way. And if you love someone genuinely, they'll know that. That'll make a difference. I love you guys. I hope that was helpful. I hope that wasn't too rambly, Trey. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Be missional. Love y'all. Bye.